What's up, Laker supporters? It's episode 4 of the Laker Chisme podcast, broadcasting live from LA County. First things first, Lakers are 11-2, number 1 in the NBA right now, ahead of Boston. Number 2 in the Western Conference is Houston. They're, I think, 10-3. So Lakers have been putting in a lot of work on the offensive and defensive ends the last week or so since I last recorded a podcast. I guess the big highlights came from Friday, against Sacramento. They played the Kings for another Pacific Division matchup. It was close. Lakers barely pulled it out by 2 points. The final score was 99-97, and that took those 2 free throws from LeBron in the final seconds. It took AD's block. It took KCP's 16 points, 60% field goal percentage, 12 of those points coming in the fourth quarter. It took a lot of work to pull out that win. It wasn't just maintaining the win because it was back and forth the entire game. Because again, this is a division game. This is not a conference game. It's not a league game. It is within the division. So whoever comes out victorious is setting the tone for the division. So this was another critical game, just like any game against the Warriors, the Blazers, the Suns, the Clippers. It's always important to win these games, especially because they're going to dictate who gets those top seeds in the playoffs. So it's great that the Lakers are setting the tone early. I really enjoy what I'm seeing. It's not perfect. No season is perfect. No team is perfect. No players are going to get 100% of their shots. But what the Lakers are doing, it seems like on the floor and within practice, within their workouts, whether they're pre-game or post-game workouts, because they're pretty insane, or their coaching staff, it seems like they're making adjustments. So they're really increasing their intensity. What they're doing on both sides or both ends of the floor it's on display completely as far as the work that they're putting in to make sure that they're successful and make sure that us as attendees to the games or people who buy merchandise, people who support the team, the organization, the coaching staff, the trainers, even the South Bay Lakers, we're really getting our money's worth this year. And we haven't seen something like this since probably 2010, 2011, or, 2009. So it's very refreshing to see that the Lakers are back in top form. And I hope they continue this streak because it's really exciting and it's great to watch. Aside from that, the Lakers are actually second in the NBA for points allowed. They're right behind Utah, just at 100.6 points that they're allowing per 100% possessions. And it's interesting to see that AD is top of the league in blocks. He's averaging a little over 3.1 blocks a game. He has 38 blocks on the season. The Lakers also have 3 players in the top 25 in blocks. No other team in the league can say that. They have, of course, AD, Dwight, JaVale McGee, and that number is going to fluctuate. So I predict that the Lakers should come out a little bit further on top in terms of blocks. They might potentially, if everyone stays healthy, they could potentially be top 15, have 3 players who are top 15, top 10 even, because a lot of the guys on the team are former defensive players of the year. So that includes Dwight, includes, I'm pretty sure LeBron, I think Danny Green. They have a lot of defensive-minded players on the team, and hopefully that includes, Avery Bradley. So hopefully he's back from his injury soon, his hairline fracture on his knee. I guess he's supposed to be out for a couple of weeks, but it'll be interesting to see when he comes back to add to what they already had going as far as defense, offense, and winning. Um, the Lakers are also top 10 in offense. I think they're number 8, but they're number 1 in differential between their points and their opponent's points. So they're up 10.1 in the differential category as far as who's scoring what and how they're holding their opponents to lower points. Ideally, if you can hold your opponents to under 100, you're doing very well and you have a strong chance at winning. But the Lakers are just a little bit over 100, but the case was last night against the Hawks. They came out with 122 points to, I think it was to 101, but that's their third or fourth game where they scored 120 points or more. So I haven't seen this type of offense for a while either. But the important thing about the offense, aside from how much they're scoring, it's also that the team is leading with defense, and so the offense it seems like it's catching up. So the trend that they're setting on being defensive, having a strong rebounding game, strong block game, not giving up on plays, following through, getting second chance points, defensive, offensive rebounds, doesn't matter. If the Lakers are committed to what they're doing and kind of, what we expect as, people in Southern California or the Southwest for that matter, we want a playoff run. We want them in the conference finals, in the NBA finals, and hopefully it leads to somewhere great. But for now, the Lakers are taking it one game at a time, and you can definitely see their adjustments being demonstrated each game, and it's refreshing to watch. Aside from their point differential, a lot of what's driving that obviously is LeBron James, number 1. I can't believe I'm saying this, but number 1 in the league in assists. I never thought LeBron would be there. I know he, flirted with the number. I think he's like 7 or 8 assists in his career. So he's fully capable of that. But this is a different system, different offense. He has different options on offense that he didn't have in Cleveland. He didn't have in Miami. This is a different team, and that's why I keep reiterating the point about the Lakers being in the Pacific Division, the Western Conference. It runs differently out here. And so for him to be successful in this season, and hopefully he retains his health and, is not getting injured like he was last season where he was out, from Christmas to the end of January. If he can stay healthy and they keep their rotation in effect like Frank Vogel's doing, then they can really go the long haul of the season, which is 82 games, but you have to account for the postseason. So the postseason, at minimum, even if you're perfect, you're looking at 16 games. And, in the past, the Lakers have gone 16-1, but still it's, an additional almost 100 games to get you a trophy, and that's minimum. So the Lakers it seems like they're looking at the long haul over 100 games, whereas certain other teams are focused on one game, one set of stats. Well, that can quickly end if your players aren't healthy. So I'm very optimistic about what the Lakers are doing and where they're headed, and I hope they're successful. Tomorrow night's game is at home versus OKC. Then they play Oklahoma City again in, Oklahoma City, Chris Paul's point guard. And then that starts off road trip for a couple of weeks. So the Lakers are definitely going to be tested the next month to see what they can do. And of course, that's leading up to Christmas against the Clippers. So Uh, I'm really excited again to see this, and I hope you'll join me for the fifth episode of Laker Chisme. Thank you.